If you are a BYU or a Utah fan, you have every right, don't feel guilty, every right to hate these college football playoff rankings. This is an emergency Locked On Big 12.
You are Locked On Big 12, your daily podcast on the Big 12 Conference, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Why does it have to be like this? I don't understand why it has to be like this. Why we have decided that the hypothetical results are better than the actual results, and that if you are a one-loss team, you should not be above two-loss teams, multiple two-loss teams. And guess why? Because we say so. Oh, you have a problem with it? Well, we said you were worse than the two-loss teams who keep losing games. But you, BYU and Utah, who continue to win games, and your only losses are to top 10 teams, ha 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 ha. Good luck being ranked down there, buddy. Welcome to Locked On Big 12. I'm Drake Toll from America's #1 Big 12 podcast, Locked On Big 12. Thank you for making this show your first listen every single day. If you hit subscribe, you get to keep my job, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, the #1 sports podcast network in the world. Look, you can sit here. You can be an SEC fan and say, well, Alabama's better than BYU. They didn't play, man. They didn't play. Alabama's better than Utah. They didn't play, and the resumes really aren't that. BYU has clearly a better resume than Notre Dame, and I don't think it's that great. BYU clearly has a better resume than Oregon. I think Utah, with two losses, I'm going to go against the statement I just made and say that Utah is proof that if you're going to put a two-loss team above anybody, you put a two-loss Utah above Oregon. So I made the point last week. You could, well, Alabama's better than BYU. Okay. Well, again, I would like to just talk about the games that have actually been played, not the hypothetical win for the SEC that, Alabama's better. So if we look at the Alabama schedule, they lost to Florida State, who is dog water. They lost by double digits to a Florida State team that's probably going to miss a bowl game. And then they lost at home to, at the time, number 11 Oregon. BYU, one loss on the road, double digits to a top 10 team. Alabama, two losses, one of them on the road by double digits to a team that doesn't exist anymore. Utah's two losses. One was at home. I correct myself. I've been saying it was on the road. I don't know why in my brain it was on the road, but it wasn't. It was at home. One was at home to the number 5 team in the country. The other on the road to the number 10 team in the country, 11 team in the country, where BYU should be number 10. The number 11 team in the country. Those are better losses, if you want to talk quality losses, than what Alabama has. God forbid we see the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame and look at their schedule. Do you understand? I mean, like, you may be an Alabama fan saying, well, or Alabama, BYU or Utah fan saying, well, win the games in front of you and maybe you have a shot. Win the games in front of you. What I don't think makes any sense is if I look at the Notre Dame schedule, their best wins are losses. Well, we lost to Miami and we played well. Well, we lost to Texas A&M. We played well. You allowed 41 points to A&M at home. This isn't good, man. Purdue, Arkansas, Boise, talking about a down Boise team, NC State, some of the lowest teams in their conferences. And yeah, you beat USC, and I hope USC beats Oregon, but it's not a very good USC team either. They're 8-2. Heck, last week against Pitt, top 25 road win. My ass, dog. Pitt's coach came out in the press conference midweek and said, we're going to lose by 100 all the way to the bank. Hopefully we win the ACC championship. I mean, we can take a look at Oregon if you'd like to. Oregon's another team with a double-digit loss. Yeah. That one was at home against a top 5 team, no doubt, but at home. BYU's loss, double-digit loss, on the road, top 5 team. Oregon lost to Indiana. They had to go to overtime to beat a Penn State team that just sucks right now. The Penn State team that lost to UCLA. Oregon's best win is still Northwestern. The Iowa win has fizzled out. Doesn't look that good. Minnesota's not a good football team. Wisconsin's terrible. I would have loved this schedule for anybody in the Big 12. And surely they'll lose to USC or Washington, but surely they'll win those games. So here's what I'm most upset about if I look at the top 25 rankings and add it to on brief for this graphic. Here's what I am most upset about is if the season ended today. We don't send the best 12 teams to the college football playoff. That's the first thing I'm upset about. So BYU at 11, Not included. Why? Because we give a charity marker to Georgia Tech, Miami, hell, could be Virginia at this point. No Utah. Why? We want Tulane there. Put Tulane in there. Jake Retzlaff, quarterback. Like, if we have a playoff where Jake Retzlaff is in and Bear Bachmeier and BYU are out, I will be insufferable. Because, yeah, it's a broken system. Last year, I didn't agree. I was like, representation for the Big 12. But now I'm all about let the best 12 teams into the college football playoff. Don't kick Utah out for Tulane. Because, at some level, there are metrics that just show us objectively Utah's had a much tougher schedule and they're much better. And they're not even the metrics that the SEC hinges their entire schedule. Everybody's, the SEC, best strength of schedule. Do you understand, please understand this, that Missouri, coming into the season, had the number 20 strength of schedule in the country. Very hard schedule. But they had the number 16 strength of schedule in the SEC out of 16 teams. Meaning, we allowed the weakest strength of schedule on games that had not been played. No one had played a game. And we said, yep, the weakest strength of schedule in the SEC is still top 20 in the country. How? We haven't played a game yet. There is no strength. It doesn't exist. It's a fugazi. It's fake. More than that. Texas Tech's had a great ranking at 5, but I don't have to fight your battles. Thank you, son, father, whoever you want to be to me. You're doing a great job. I hate the idea that BYU or Utah, they should both get in. I really think they should both get in. I hate the idea they'll have to go on the road. And they will. No two ways around it. They will. And that sucks, dog. First round of the playoffs. Like, those teams deserve to be hosting. And the only hope, again, is for the Big 12 is that BYU beats Texas Tech in the Big 12 championship. Or Utah beats Texas Tech. Gosh. If Utah and Arizona State go, jeez. That would be a nightmare scenario for Brett Yormark. Yeah. Today's show is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel is exactly where I go. The NBA is back. There's no better place to get in on the action than FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you missed the start of the game or want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Combine your live bets in the same game parlays for a shot at a bigger payout. Keeps every game exciting, especially when your team's making that late push. Right now, FanDuel's giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. Head to FanDuel.com. Sign up. Play your game. FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Go to FanDuel. Do it today. Yeah, I think you deserve to be upset. You can deserve to be unhappy with this. You can. Maybe if Texas Tech beats Arizona State, it's different. If they're undefeated, it's a little bit different, possibly. This has been It Always Will Be. Locked On. Thanks for making it your first listen every single day. Dose Grande.